In this journey, we're about to explore something truly extraordinary, a powerful spiritual framework known as the CGIC theory. Imagine a map that explains not just the world we see, but also the unseen forces that shape our experiences. This isn't just a theory, it's a doorway into the mystical, the forgotten, and the deeply spiritual aspects of what it means to be human. If you're curious about hidden truths, consciousness, and how reality actually works, stay with me. You're about to hear something that could shift how you view the world and yourself forever. The CGIC theory was created by Dr. Jacobo Grinberg, a Mexican neuroscientist and mystic who devoted over 15 years of his life to developing a model of reality that goes far beyond the limits of ordinary science. The name CGIC is a fusion of two powerful words, consciousness and energy. Together, they represent the deep synthesis of ancient wisdom and modern exploration into the nature of existence. Grinberg didn't just write theories. He studied shamans, monks, yogis, people who operated on spiritual levels far beyond what most of us experience. What he discovered is mind-blowing, that human beings have hidden abilities, gifts, that have been long forgotten. One of these forgotten gifts is something known as extraocular vision. This is the ability to perceive the world even when the physical eyes are closed. Yes, you heard that right. Children were trained to read books while blindfolded. Some even say Grinberg himself could know the contents of a book just by touching it. And while that sounds unbelievable, this ability has been documented for centuries in yogic traditions, only hidden away, shared in secret, guarded by those who understood its power. Grinberg's path also crossed with powerful shamans, like Don Lucho, who could call the rain and command the weather. Don Lucho belonged to a mystical lineage known as the Graneros, keepers of lightning and storm energy. Grinberg was said to be his apprentice. And then there was Pachita, a legendary healer who could perform surgeries using nothing but a hunting knife, materializing organs, stitching wounds without modern tools, and defying everything science claimed was possible. Grinberg didn't just hear about these miracles, he witnessed them with his own eyes. He even recorded them in his book Pachita, part of his series on the shamans of Mexico. Faced with these experiences, Grinberg asked a bold question: how can all of this be real? As a scientist, he needed more than belief. He needed a framework, a model that could explain these miracles, not as magic, but as part of a deeper truth. That's where the CGIC theory comes in. It's a bridge between science and spirit, reason and revelation. A model that seeks to explain what miracles, altered states, and even the law of attraction really are, not as illusions, but as hidden laws of energy and consciousness that we've forgotten how to access. If you've ever felt that there's more to life than what we see, if you've sensed that reality is deeper than what the eyes can perceive, then this theory is for you. Type "I'm ready to awaken" in the comments if you're open to discovering what lies beneath the surface of this world. Manifest it. Declare it. Let the universe know you're ready to remember who you really are. Now that we've opened the door to the CGIC theory, let's step through it and explore how this vision of reality actually works. At the heart of Jacobo Grinberg's theory is a revolutionary idea that what we see and touch is only a small piece of a much larger hidden structure. He calls this structure the lattice, a vast, invisible matrix of energy and coherence that exists beneath all form, behind all space, and beyond all time. The lattice is not something out there. It is everywhere. It's the raw blueprint of existence. It's where all things begin and where they return. This lattice, also known as the LTs, is not something our physical senses can perceive directly. It's pure energy, pure harmony, untouched by our thoughts or emotions. It only becomes visible, only exists in a perceivable way when a part of it becomes disturbed, when its perfect symmetry is altered. That's when time begins. That's when objects appear. That's when our reality takes form. Outside of this disturbance, there's no time, no space, no separation, only unity, only pure consciousness. Here's where it gets even more powerful. The human brain is also a lattice, just on a much smaller scale. It's a sacred mirror of the universe's structure. But unlike the pure lattice of reality, the brain interprets energy, filters it, bends it into something familiar. That process of interpretation is what we call reality. But it's not the truth. It's our personal version of the truth, shaped by our beliefs, emotions, and sensory limits. According to Grinberg, the brain actually alters the lattice just by perceiving it. In other words, you don't just observe reality, you create it. This moment is a perfect time to pause and reflect. If our brains are constantly shaping what we see and feel, then what happens when we raise our vibration? What happens when we train the mind to see more, feel more, and tune into higher energies? Grinberg believed that when your vibration rises, your interpretation of the lattice shifts. You begin to attract experiences that match your energy. You align with beauty, peace, abundance. Not because they magically appear, but because you've tuned into the part of the lattice where they already exist. And this is not just theory. This is exactly what mystics, yogis, and spiritual teachers have been saying for centuries. From the Vedas to Buddhism, from the Kabbalah to modern transpersonal psychology, they all describe the same idea, that there are different levels of consciousness, and that transcending the ego allows us to access a truer, purer world, one beyond suffering, one filled with light. So the next time you feel low or lost, remember, you are not trapped. You are simply tuned into a lower vibration band of reality. And the power to change that lies within you. If you believe that your energy shapes your reality, type "I am energy" in the comments and begin to manifest from that truth. You are not a victim of the world. You are a co-creator of it. So far, we've explored how the CGIC theory reveals an invisible matrix, the lattice, that exists beneath everything, and how your brain, your vibration, your consciousness doesn't just observe reality, it helps shape it. But now, let's go even deeper. Because within this hidden structure of the universe, there are energy bands, frequencies of vibration, just like the radio stations you tune into. And depending on your energy level, you'll receive a completely different signal from reality. Grinberg called these consciousness bands. And they're not just inside your brain. The lattice itself contains its own bands, known as CGIC bands. These bands are like keys that unlock certain doors within the universe. When your personal consciousness band aligns with a CGIC band of the same frequency, something incredible happens. You begin to see and experience a new version of reality. One filled with deeper meaning, connection, and even miracles. This is why spiritual masters emphasize the importance of raising your vibration. Because when your energy rises, you begin to interact with higher bands of reality. You step into a timeline of love, abundance, synchronicity, and peace. Have you ever had a moment where everything just flowed, where life felt guided, aligned, and purposeful? That's not coincidence. That's vibration. That's what happens when your consciousness band aligns with a higher CGIC frequency in the lattice. And here's the truly sacred part. You have the power to change bands at any time. Through meditation, breathwork, intentional thoughts, prayer, and spiritual practices, you can shift your energy field. You can tune into a different vibration, and reality will respond. This is how ancient yogis levitated. This is how shamans controlled weather. This is how healers performed surgeries with no tools. They weren't breaking the rules of nature, they were accessing a higher level of it. But there's more. Every living being, every person, every animal, every conscious entity has its own neuronal field. This is like an energy bubble created by their mind and perception. And these fields don't exist in isolation. They're connected. They overlap. They form what Grinberg called the hyperfield, a vast web of interacting minds that influence one another. You are never separate. Your thoughts, your energy, your state of being ripples outward into this field, touching everyone and everything around you. This is the real meaning of we are all one. Not just spiritually, but scientifically. We're all contributing to this shared hyperfield. We're co-creating a collective reality that reflects our inner states. So if we want a better world, a more conscious, peaceful, and awakened world, it starts with you and me, right here. Right now, type "We Are One" in the comments if you believe that our thoughts and energy shape the world around us. Let's build a conscious community, one vibration at a time. You are more powerful than you think, and the universe is already listening. Now that we understand how the bands of consciousness shape our experience, let's go even further into the mystical side of this theory. Because what Jacobo Grinberg revealed isn't just scientific, it's a spiritual bridge that connects ancient wisdom with modern consciousness. The CGIC theory shows us that what we call reality is not solid, fixed, or even real in the way we think. It's a projection, a reflection of how our minds interact with the energy of the universe. That's why different traditions have referred to this world as the Maya, the veil of illusion, or the Matrix. They were all pointing to the same hidden truth. You see, the only reason we experience separation, fear, or limitation is because we're tuned into the lower bands of reality. But the moment we raise our vibration, when our consciousness connects with higher CGIC bands, we lift the veil. We begin to see the true nature of existence. Everything is energy. Everything is connected. Everything is possible. And this isn't just philosophy. It's also the hidden science behind the law of attraction. According to the CGIC model, to manifest something into your life, you don't need to force it or chase it. You simply need to change the vibrational frequency of your consciousness. Align yourself with the energy of what you desire, and it begins to appear in your reality. Why? Because now your brain and the lattice are syncing on the same wavelength. You've changed your CGIC band, and in doing so, you've changed your world. Grinberg also believed that many of the ancient spiritual principles, like as above, so below, or the universe is mental, are actually reflections of this truth. The universe doesn't begin out there. It begins in the mind. It is shaped by perception, and it flows through intention. That's why spiritual masters could heal, materialize, and perform what we call miracles. They weren't defying nature. They were using the deeper laws hidden beneath it. He even practiced meditative techniques that allowed him to see past lives, something that would seem impossible to science, but not to CGIC theory. Because when you understand that space and time are one and the same, that everything exists within the infinite lattice, then all experiences past, present, and future are simply different vibrations waiting to be accessed. And what about levitation? Moving objects with the mind? Instant healing? Grinberg believed that these weren't fantasies or folklore, but real possibilities when the neuronal field is elevated to extremely high vibrations. The key lies in long-term spiritual practice, deep meditation, and aligning with the frequency of the divine. Right now, pause and reflect. If your thoughts and energy are powerful enough to shape reality, what are you choosing to create? What frequency are you aligned with today? Type "I align with high vibration" in the comments if you're ready to start manifesting from your higher self. This is not just belief, it's the spiritual science of becoming. We've come a long way through the teachings of Jacobo Grinberg and the CGIC theory. From the hidden energies of the universe to the limitless abilities of the human mind, it's clear now, you are more powerful than you've ever been told. You are not just a participant in this reality. You are a co-creator, a sculptor of space, time, and energy through the instrument of your own consciousness. The CGIC theory teaches us that what we perceive as matter is simply the result of a disturbance in the perfect lattice of energy. and that the only thing powerful enough to cause that disturbance is our own mind. When we raise our vibration through love, intention, stillness, and connection, we don't just change how we feel. We change what we see. We shift the world we live in. And over time, we awaken the dormant gifts that live within all of us. Grinberg believed that every human being has the potential to do what ancient mystics did, to heal instantly, to materialize objects, to travel through consciousness, to remember who they truly are. These are not fantasies, they are forgotten abilities. Abilities waiting to be awakened through spiritual practice, high vibration, and deep inner focus. We've only been taught to limit ourselves, but the CGIC theory invites us to remember a higher truth, that reality itself responds to consciousness. In the deepest sense, this theory doesn't just describe the universe. It points us back to the source of it all. Pure awareness. Everything is mind. Everything is energy. Everything is one. The final realization is that the only thing that truly exists is consciousness itself, and to see reality clearly, we must move beyond thought, beyond ego, and into a state of pure perception. That's what enlightenment really is. The shift from illusion to truth, from separation to unity. So now the question becomes, are you ready to live from that place? Are you ready to take back your creative power and align with a reality of purpose, joy, and inner peace? Because the moment you say yes, the moment you claim it, is the moment your reality begins to change. It's already happening. The lattice is listening. If this message resonated with you, type "I am the creator of my reality" in the comments and declare your power. Share your thoughts, your visions, or any personal experience you've had with spiritual awareness or manifestation. Let's make the comments a space of energy, healing, and transformation. Let's lift the collective vibration together. This isn't the end. It's just the beginning. Your journey into the true nature of reality has just begun, and everything you need to remember is already within you.